Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss how to fix inconsistent employee IDs in Excel using Claude AI. I'm sure you might have encountered this scenario in your project where we are supposed to convert inconsistent data to a consistent data by adopting some data cleaning approach, right? So today we will discuss in detail like how we can make use of Claude AI to do our task. So instead of wasting time on creating it manually, we will just review the code and we will provide it to the client. Okay, so here you can see for the demo purpose I have already copied some data. So I have two columns, one with employee name and one with employee ID. Now what we are supposed to do, we have to convert this employee ID to a consistent data. Why I'm saying consistent data? Because currently it is in inconsistent mode. For example, you can see for Rahul Sharma, employee ID is EMP001. But in case of Priya Mehta, employee ID is small EMP-002. In fact, in case of Amit, employee ID is E003. And likewise, you will see the data for all the record is inconsistent. Everyone has their own format, right? So to fix this thing, we will clean our data with the help of Claude AI, where we will just write one simple prompt and it will do our task, because doing it manually is not a right approach. There we are not supposed to do it manually, especially in the era of Claude AI or AI, right? So to use the Claude AI, we have two approaches. Either we can use the paid version of Claude AI that you can directly integrate with your Excel, but I am assuming you are not we all might not have the access to the paid version, and that is why I'm showing you how you can also use the Claude AI web interface for free. So here what we will do, we will simply write one prompt, and that prompt you can also use with paid version as well as web interface version. So it will work perfectly with both of them. Okay, so now we will discuss that thing, like how to write the prompt, what all things we need to mention in a prompt, so that it will not work only for 10 records, but it will work for all the records. Okay, now to make the things easier for you, I have already attached one book in the description box, Sharmit digital course book, where you can find more than 3,500 plus sessions available freely in the description box, and there are 3,500 sessions available in Hindi as well as English, both languages. So without any language barrier, you can consume the content. Okay, alright, so now I think we are good to start. So we have the data. Now we will go to tab 2, where I have already written my prompt. So I'll explain you what this prompt is doing basically. So here this prompt, firstly we are specifying what is the task, what role we want to assign to our AI model. So I clearly mention act as a Microsoft Excel expert and perform the following task. Then we will specify like what we have and what we want to do. So I clearly mention I have a column in Excel with employee IDs in mixed format. So standardize all those employee IDs into one consistent format. Okay, so we clearly mention that what we have and what we want to do. Now after that we will assign some rules so that it will perfectly work for all the data. Now some of you might be thinking, like, if we are writing this much of information, then we can do it manually. But that is not right approach. Why? Because for now we have only 10 records, but in real world scenarios you will face scenarios where we have thousands of records. So there it is not a right approach to do it manually, and that is why you can write the prompt in detailed way and then it will do your all work. Okay, so let's see how we will specify the rules. So my first rule says final format must be EMP-001, EMP-002, EMP-003, and so on. That means this is the format I want my output to be in. Okay, then second point as rule says remove all existing prefixes like EMP, small EMP, E capital MP, capital E, small e, and hyphens. Okay, so these are all unnecessary existing prefixes that I don't want in my output, so just remove all these things. So I clearly mentioned that. Then third rule says extract only the numeric part from the each. Okay, so here we just wanted to extract only the numeric part of my data, okay, from the employee ID. And then fourth rule says add a prefix emp hyphen to every ID. So firstly what we are doing, we are extracting the numeric part, and then we are appending it with then we are attaching it with emp hyphen id, emp hyphen, and then the numeric part. Okay, then fifth point says numeric part always be 3-digit number. Why 3-digit number? Because it's a format. So if number is 1, we can make it as 001. If number is 2, we can make it as 002. Okay, so overall this is our requirement. Then sixth point says output must have exactly 2 columns, employee name, employee ID, and keep the employee name exactly as it is without any changes. Only fix the employee ID column. So we have clearly specified here that you should not do any changes to employee name, okay, column. You have to keep it as it is. Instead of that, you can fix the employee ID column. Clear? So I think these rules are clear. Now you know like what are the benefits of writing rules, because it will consider all your cases and then it will give you the direct output. So yes, it will take 2 to 3 minutes to write this detailed prompt, but it will save you lots of hours work, right? Then you are not supposed to work for 30 minutes to fix your data, right? It will just do in fractions of seconds. Okay, now after writing the rules, we will provide the data, because we are using the web version, and web version don't have access to your actual data. And if you are using the paid version, then you are not supposed to provide the data. You can just simply mention the cell number. For example, if my data is present here, so you can see it's B22, so I can specify B22 to B36, so it will automatically refer the data from there. But we are using web interface free version, that's why I'm providing the data. Okay, so those who are using the paid version, they know like why it is useful, the paid version, but don't worry, like it will work with web interface also. Okay, so after providing my data, I just copy paste my same data, and then I mentioned here return only the clean data with header row, 1 row per line, values separated by tab, no files, no explanation, no extra output. Okay, because I am not interested in any of the other explanation or information. I just want my work to be done. Okay, and then I clearly mentioned one very important note, that put the output inside a code block so tabs are preserved when copying. This is very important line. Why? Because when it creates the output, it creates in a normal text, and when you try to copy paste that normal text to your Excel, it won't work, because it will be pasted in a single cell, and I want it in a tabular format. And that is why this line will help AI to understand that yes, we want a code that can preserve the copy. Okay, alright, so now let's quickly copy the prompt and we will see how it works. So now I'll just go to my Claude. I'm using incognito mode because I don't want to save my history, so I'll just paste it here, and that's it. Press enter. Within a fractions of second, it will do my work. Okay, so you can see it is perfectly doing my work and it is ready. There is no extra information. I can directly copy it from here, go to my Excel, go to my tab, wherever I want to paste it, I can just paste it. Perfect. Okay, so you can see my work is done. There is no extra efforts, just one thing, that I am copying paste my data. That is fine because we are using free version. If you are using the paid version, that is also not needed. Okay, in that case, even copy paste is also not needed. Okay, so this is how you will utilize Claude AI web interface for free with Excel to perform your task. I hope this session is clear to all of you. In the next session, we will discuss few more things. Meanwhile, you can do the practice. If you have any particular task that you want to do in your Excel, and if you need a proper solution or detailed prompt for it, just let me know through comment section. I would be more than happy to provide you that prompt as well as the session to write the detailed prompt about it. Clear? So yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next session with new topics. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.